Welcome back to my channel and COLREG series. Before we get started, let me ask you a question. How did ships avoid collisions many years before the 1960s? And why the 60s specifically? Well, that's when commercial ships started getting equipped with radars. What instruments and methods do you think they used back then, hundreds years before 60s? Answer simple. Eyes, ears, and visual bearings, and, of course, common sense. Now, here's a thought. If you had the same collision avoidance skills as officers from that era, and you combined them with all the amazing electronic aids we have today, would you be 100% certain your ship would never collide on your watch? It seems logical, right? The combination of old-school seamanship and modern technology should make the seas a much safer place. However, reflecting on my 33 years at sea, including 17 years as a master on very large ocean-going vessels, I have to tell you that, unfortunately, the seas have not become safer. In many ways, they've become even more dangerous than they were 30 years ago. A good question is, why? There are many reasons. One is the dramatic increase in marine traffic density, which is obvious. But another reason is the electronic aids to navigation themselves. Strange, but true. Let me explain. What are these electronic aids? We're talking about radar, ARPA, AIS, GPS, and ACTIS. With these 5 great helpers on your side, you, the officer on watch, should feel completely safe, right? The machines are working. The human just occasionally checks in. Easy job. But the answer is no. No, and no again. How can that be? What am I talking about? I'm talking about a growing incompetence among some junior officers in their use of these electronic aids, often combined with a misunderstanding or outright ignorance of the COLREGs. And there's another problem: TikTok and YouTube. A few weeks ago, I was reading the quarterly magazine of a very large and famous ship management company. The article featured a female cadet on one of their ships. She happily stated that her primary source of professional information was TikTok and YouTube. This cadet was soaking up professional ideas from social media instead of learning from books or senior officers on the ship. Why are TikTok and YouTube potentially the worst possible sources for this kind of critical information? Because the people posting there bear zero responsibility for the content they create and just making money. They can express very foolish, completely unprofessional, and even dangerous ideas without any consequences for them. A young, inexperienced officer or cadet absorbs this stuff, then tries to apply it in real life, not even understanding how dangerous these ideas are, or how harsh the legal consequences could be for them personally. We need to rely on proven knowledge and experience, not on unverified short videos. That is why I'm here, to share some hard-earned lessons from my 33 years at sea, including 17 years as master of large ocean-going ships, and give you correct direction. I can't magically fix every dangerous traffic situation you'll encounter. I wish I could, but I can't turn an ignorant officer on another ship into a seasoned professional. What I can do is help you change how you see those situations. I can help you to get rid of some dangerous habits and ideas that are floating around out there. Once you do that, you will feel more comfortable and confident during navigation watch. We're going to talk about how to really control the traffic around you, how to use your electronic aids correctly, and how to blend that new tech with the bulletproof, old-school practices that have kept sailors safe for generations. Ready? Let's get started. First, let's toss some bad ideas overboard. The first one is sticking rigidly to your passage plan no matter what. This is a dangerous myth, probably cooked up by someone who has never stood a watch in their life. Think about it. What does plan even mean? It means, if everything goes perfectly, this is what we'll do. But when does everything ever go perfectly at sea? What happens when a giveaway vessel just keeps coming? Do you follow your plan straight into a collision? Of course not. You take action and maneuver as COLREGs require, you cross that XTE limit, and then you get back on track when it's safe. What if you come across a fleet of fishing boats right on your course line? Are you going to plow through them like a maniac just to stay on the passage plan? Or are you going to deviate a few miles and give them a wide berth? I know which I'd choose. I'd rather give them a wide berth and have tough conversation with the captain rather than explain myself in a courtroom. Your professional judgment is what keeps the ship safe. Don't ever let a line on the electronic chart overrule your common sense. The second bad idea is that you should never change the main engine RPM without a permit of captain. Why is this so wrong? Because COLREG demand that every vessel proceeds at a safe speed at all times. COLREG demand that immediate action is taken when necessary. The captain, writing his night orders, can't predict the exact conditions you'll face at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's not a fortune teller. Captain cannot come to bridge within few seconds, even if it very urgent. So, until the moment the captain is on the bridge and formally takes the con, determining and maintaining a safe speed is 100% your responsibility. So, it is not just a good idea. It's the law. If visibility drops, if traffic gets congested, if the weather turns, you must slow down. It's that simple. Your job is to adapt to the present reality, not to blindly follow an order that was given hours before under different circumstances. Your primary duty is the safety of the vessel, and that always includes managing your speed. And the third bad idea is being afraid to call the master. Why do you think the master isn't a regular watchkeeper? It's so he can be available 24/7 to assist the officer of the watch. That's his job. Dealing with a difficult situation is his primary responsibility. When you hesitate to call him, you're taking on a burden that isn't yours to carry. Are you absolutely certain you have the experience to handle every complex, high-stakes situation alone? I've been doing this for over 3 decades, and I'll tell you, there are still situations where I want a second opinion. So, make the call. If the old man is angry about being woken up to do his job, that's his problem, not yours. Remember this critical point. Until the master is on the bridge and clearly states, "I have the con," you are still fully responsible for the ship's safety and for any COLREG's violation. So, what would you rather have? A shouting captain or a seat in the defendant's chair in the courtroom? The choice is obvious. Call the master. So, to wrap it all up, be flexible with your plan, always maintain a safe speed, and never, ever hesitate to call master for assistance. Plus, proper lookout and personal responsibility. These aren't just tips. They are fundamental principles of good seamanship that will keep you, your crew, and your vessel safe. Forget the myths and focus on what matters. Sound judgment and decisive action. Thanks for watching today. I hope this was helpful and you finally ready for next videos with practical cases and advices. If you got some value from this, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more practical advice. Stay safe out there.